Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a new paper crafting video. I'm sharing with you today my new favorite thing to make, which I used to make a long time ago, and they are covered notepads. They are so fun, and I've added some charms to them, and I couldn't stop making them. I'm going to be using the February box of the month from the Not Too Shabby shop to create these notepads. So the notepad that I'm talking about is a 5x8 notepad like this. I have this one in my stash forever because, like I said, I used to make these, and it has been years upon years. So I decided to make them and I couldn't stop. So I'm cutting my paper to 8 1/8 by 6 inches, scoring it down the long side at 5 1/8 and 5 3/8. This is going to create the cover to go over the top of our notepad. Super simple to do, but stay tuned to the end when I show you the last one because I got smart during this video. Now you'll see I have like a double score line because my little scoring tool like jumped the track, went over one line, but I scored it on the right line. All right, so then you can see how that's going to fit right over. It's just a hair bigger than the notepad, so it fully covers it. And you know, sometimes when it's right at the same measurement, it will show a little bit. All right, so I'm taking out a piece of patterned paper, and that is from the Sweet Little Bird pattern paper pack. I cut it down so it's 6 inches by 5 1/8. It's going to fit on the center of this piece and give me a nice, like about 1 inch at the top and at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to create little borders. I have a scallop die here from the Curtain Call coordinating die set from Trinity Stamps, but I like to use it for scallops. And then I have the coordinating ephemera for the Sweet Little Bird pack, and I'm pulling out ones that I think go well, and I'm going to use these to create a focal point on this notepad cover. So I'm just collecting the ones that I like, and actually as I put these pieces back in the package, I found a couple more I liked, so I pulled those out too. Next, I brought out my clean cut circle layer die set, and if you ever need a circle, these two circle die sets have every size that you could imagine. They're perfect. I cut out a piece of vellum, and that's where I'm going to put my little cluster of images. And then I'm putting it all together. Now that I've collected everything, I'm putting that little 1/4 of an inch blue strip over the top of my scalloped piece, and I have one of those for the top and the bottom. I got them on, mostly straight, so there is a little crookedness going on, but it's handmade, so it's fine. I added my vellum circle to the center, and then I'm going to just arrange how I want those ephemera pieces to be and glue them together with, to making that like one piece before I stick it down onto my notepad. Now these pieces right here are ready to go. I'm keeping them separate from the larger bird because I want to pop that bird up with some foam squares. So we'll do that, and then that gives just a little visual interest when you have part of it raised up, and I love that. I love dimension. So this whole thing started because of this stamp right here. It says notes. This is the Rainbow Notes. Rainbow Notes? Stamp set from the box of the month from Trinity Stamps, and this word notes got me thinking like, oh, I should do some covered notepads. I haven't done those in eons. And so that's how it started, from one tiny little stamp. So I had to include it on the notebook, so I'm embossing that with white powder on this dark blue cardstock, and then I'm cutting it out with a banner die. This is a banner die that came in one of my stamp and die sets, and I like it for like all the things, and so I just keep it on my desk. Maybe you have one like that. I have scraps left over of my little scallop, so I'm going to add that to the bottom, and then I'll trim this down, and I'm going to add it near that bird to complete that whole little focal point piece. So cute. All right, I have 2 hearts here. I'm going to attach them together, and that's going to go in the bottom right corner, just as a little accent piece. And then I wanted to personalize this, so I'm going to do that as well. I am bringing in this party alphabet. This alphabet goes with a stamp set. So there's shadow layer dies that can go with the die cut letters, but the shadow layer dies also cut out the stamped letters. This is from Trinity Stamps. I think it's really fun. So I'm doing the actual letter itself from white cardstock that's backed with rip and stick sheets to turn them into stickers. The shadow layer I'm doing from this darker coral cardstock, and it spells out the name Patty. This is for my bestie. She likes notepads like this, and I've actually made things like this for her before, so I thought it would be fun to make a new one. I haven't made her something in a while, and she's the best. So I got to make her something special. There's the cover. Isn't it cute? I am going to add something fun to the inside too. So I'm cut my paper to 5 3/8 by 3 inches, and I'm scoring on one side at 1/4 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch. I'll do the same thing on the other side. That is 5 inches and 5 1/8. So I have just a 1/8 of an inch thick pocket like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom so that, you know, nothing falls out the bottom of my pocket. I got to have that same thickness there. So now on the short side, I'm scoring it at 1/4 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch, but we need to snip away the corners once we do this. So you'll see me cut from the on the scored line to where the scored lines intersect. But what I really like to do is cut this at a little bit of an angle, because once you fold these in, they could overlap slightly and make it bulky. So if you just cut it at a little bit of an angle, it actually works even better. So I fold on all those scored lines and then add a bit of rip and stick tape that's 1/8 of an inch wide on that outermost flap. And that's going to help me adhere this to my book. But before I do that, I knew I wanted to stamp on this. This is the So Tweet stamp set. There's little music notes for the birds singing. I thought maybe I was going to end up stamping those, but I didn't. But I didn't really notice that until that moment. So I stamped Stay Curious with some Galactic Stream ink, which is from Altenew. I'm also putting glue on those flaps, even though it has tape. I do that a lot, but mostly it's because it gives me the opportunity to easily move it if I get it in the wrong spot, which I actually did. I had to pick it up and move it. But this video is kind of long, so I think I edited that part out. All right, I have these cute Post-it notepads, also been in my stash forever. I picked out the fox, even though like a fox would probably eat a bird. It matched, the colors matched. So now we have the creepy bird-eating fox Post-it notepad in the pocket. But Patty will like it. All right, so I added some rip and stick tape to that outermost flap on my cover, and that's where I'm going to stick my notepad. But I felt like it was much easier to lay the notepad down on the cover and then stick the flap down to that. I will remove that top sheet because it's nasty. It's old. It's been stored in a bin forever. But I decided I wanted to cover up the back of this notepad. So this piece is 8 inches by 5 inches, so it's the exact size of the notepad, not making this one bigger for any reason. And then the back is the same as the front. I originally was not going to do that, but I like the finished off clean look. You could also put a piece of patterned paper on the back. That would be fun. But of course we need a little embellishment. So I put this little sleeping bird, and then here's something else I haven't made in 100 years, which is like a decorative paper clip. I thought that would be fun. So I took this heart from the embellishments, and it says the world needs more of you. Oh, that is so true for you, Patty, if you're listening. All right, so I added my ephemera heart to a heart that I traced and offset it, so I had a little bit of a shadow. This is also to help it be a little bit more sturdy. Then I'm going to wrap my rip and stick tape around my jumbo paper clip and make it nice and sticky, and that's going to be sandwiched between my second heart that I traced, and I'm going to line that up with the other traced heart, and then just kind of squeeze all that together, and that's it. And then I can add that to the pocket, and it's just cute. It's just cute. All right, I'm adding a heart to my top sheet of my notepad, the clean piece. You see I ripped the other one off, and I know that will probably get written on and ripped off, but you got to have a little something there, right? So there is the notepad with the little fox Post-it note sheet added into the pocket. I think this is so cute. I had so much fun making it. I really wanted to make another one, but I only had that one pad. So I had my oldest daughter run to the dollar store for me. She found these. There's 3 pads here. They're kind of stuck together. They're a tiny bit thinner than the other one, and the paper quality, it's not the same as the other one. It is definitely dollar store paper, but I'm going to use the Tweet paper pad and matching ephemera. You see it here? Look at the rainbow paper. I had to use it. It's so cute. So for this one, I'm doing a blue cover. It's the exact same size, exact same scoring. I'm going to go through this one just a little bit quicker because really it's mostly the same. I added some strips of paper there. Those strips that have the scallops behind them are actually from the paper pad. They matched the best. And then I am adding some vellum circles. I doubled up my vellum circles because these ephemera pieces are really like pastel, and so they actually looked a little lost with one layer of the vellum because you could see the pattern paper through so well. So I doubled it up, made the second circle a little bigger, and I liked that a lot better. I stamped So Tweet from the So Tweet stamp set and tucked that in, and then I'm taking this row of hearts die from Trinity Stamps, cutting it from some kind of peachy pink glittered foam from Spellbinders to put in that bottom corner. And then I had an idea. I'm going to add a little dangling charm to this one. So I punched a hole with my crocodile, added a small eyelet to that hole, and then you use the crocodile to set it. I'm pulling out all my old stuff lately, and it is just like bringing me so much mojo and so much fun and so much creativity. I highly recommend it. So I took the rainbow ephemera piece, I glued it down to that fun foam, and I was just like looking through my stash, and I had like a few felted wool balls left over from another project that I like honestly don't really remember. So I thought these kind of match the rainbow. I'm going to stick them on there in rainbow order, and this is going to be on my dangling charm piece. I mean, I can't even stand how cute this is coming together. I'm going to cut out my rainbow, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a border like it's on a die cut layered piece, you know, and that glitter foam is going to show and be cute on the front, but also make it thicker and more sturdy. Then I took a piece of rip and stick sheet, so made this lightweight chipboard piece sticky. And then what I'll do is sandwich that string onto that sticky chipboard like so. Wait, I need a little more room. Scoot it. There we go. And then I can stick down my rainbow. Then I'll just cut around this. It's going to be nice and sturdy. My little string is not going anywhere. And I have my cute little dangly charm for my little notepad. I love it so much. Like, this was making me so happy. Look at the felted wool balls. It's adorable. I can't even. I love it. All right, so I am now going to add this to the book by, well, I'm just going to go through the process with you. I put rip and stick tape on the inside. I brought the string through the eyelet, and then I'm going to peel off the rip and stick tape backing and put down the string once I have the dangly piece. What did I call it? A charm where I want it. I'm going to cover that with some washi tape, and that's going to sandwich it there. Now this does go over my scored line, so part of the washi tape will be covered by my book, but it's also going to cover that string. So I was fine with that. Next, I have a 1/8 of an 8 1/8 of an inch piece of cardstock by 3 1/4 inch. This is going to be the pocket for the inside. It's just a different style pocket. I found the center of this just on my grid mat. I made a little pencil mark, and I'm going to use my circle punch to punch out a little notch. I like this on pockets, so you can like easily reach in and grab stuff. I wanted this pocket to have just a little bit of lift off of my actual cover, but not like be gusseted, kind of like the previous pocket was. So what I did is put rip and stick tape and then some thicker cardstock onto that, and then I can put the rip and stick tape on that again, and it just gives it ever so slightly of a lift off of the background. I added an ephemera piece, and I'm stamping out the word believe from the So Tweet set, and used a really dark purple Andromeda, I think that's the name of that set. So I added more rip and stick tape and a little bit of liquid glue in case I needed to scooch it. And there's my pocket, just like that. It's awesome. All right, I'm adding the notepad now and just folding that over. That was the best way for me to stick this down. And then I will cover the back again. I'm going to use the same exact paper because once you cut the cover for this, you have like an 8 by 5 piece left over. Is anybody else thinking what I'm thinking? I'll tell you what I'm thinking when I show you book number 3. So covering up the back, just like that to get it nice and clean. I added a little bird nest with some baby birds and a mama bird. And then on the back of the rainbow, I added a little bird. And I do end up stamping on the back of that. I wanted to monogram this one, but I'm going to do initials. So I'm using the modern embossed alphabet from Trinity Stamps and some purple glittered fun foam, also from Spellbinders. I love this stuff so much. These initials stand for Jamie Peters. She's actually the owner of Not Too Shabby, and I'm going to make this for her. I don't know that she'll watch this video because I also did this video for the Not Too Shabby channel, so the chances of her like coming over here and watching this, maybe not. So I hope to send this in the mail to her and surprise her because she's fabulous. All right, I am stamping a little sentiment on this leftover strip that I cut off of the cover, and it says, "I'm here, rain or shine," and that set is called Spring is in the Air. And it's in the Not Too Shabby shop. It's an exclusive to them stamp set, and it matches this month's kit so well. I added a little bird to the top with some foam squares so that it could, you know, sit over the top of the page, and I put that in the pocket. That completes book number 2. I actually do go back and do something else, but I'll show you that at the very end. Okay, here is my 10.5 by 8 1/8 of an inch piece of cardstock, scored at 5 1/8. I flipped it around. I scored it at 5 1/8 again. There's my book with a cover and a back flap. Yeah, I got smart. Well, I learned from my creating that I didn't have to cut it apart, right? Like, this is so easy. So if you watch till now, this is the easy way to do it. I'm a slow learner, but you know, I got there. So yeah, here's what I made with it. I decided to make one for myself. And let me just tell you, if you're in a place where life has been hard, busy, things keep happening, sadness, all these things, you should take some time to make something for yourself that you love, with things like bitty charms and a dangly charm on your book that has a shaker. It has beads, it has glitter, it has hope, it has all the colors. That's what I did. I love this so much. I use the Simply Sentimental Hope. The top of my book says, "Where flowers bloom, so does," and then I have the die cut word hope. Oh, isn't that precious? It's inspirational. It makes me happy when I look at it, and that's what I hope these little covered notepads are going to do for the people that I give the other two to as well. So I added glitter, I added beads, I added a diagonal pocket, which is a 4x4 square, cut diagonally, stuck it down. I added a mushroom because I love mushrooms. I added a rainbow because I love rainbows. It has another inspirational quote on it. That's from the Rainbow Notes set. It says, "Create your own rainbow every day." And a little strip of decorative paper there. And the clouds are from the Boho Rainbow Builder set. Those last 2 rainbow sets are also in the box of the month from Not Too Shabby. So here's all 3 of the books. I loved the dangling charms so much. I had to make one for the first one. I added this like bead charm with a lobster claw to that one. I added a tiny tag. I added the bird. I added a gem onto the flower. That flower is an ephemera piece. I just cut off the white part. I also stamped the word notes on the back of the rainbow. I found a rainbow sticky notepad, added that to the pocket. And then for my pocket, I did add something, but I wanted to show you, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope," because that wasn't on the screen when I previously showed this to you. I found a sticker I had gotten for free with something, and I just thought, oh, that's the perfect thing to add into my pocket. I love it. And then I stamped on notes on the back of my little dangly piece as well, which has a little caterpillar on it and a heart. So yeah, these were so fun to make. Literally like my favorite thing. I have another idea to do with this little idea, like cut a window in the front. You could put a shaker on the front. I'm telling you, I love these. I had so much fun making them. I think they make a really fun little gift to give somebody. You could, you know, buy a cute pen or clicky pencil to go with it. And you could tuck a note or a gift card in there. Of course, you're going to put a note with it, like a note card. But yeah, I just loved this, and I hope that you love it too. And let me know in the comments below if you like making things with your paper crafting items that are not cards. I'm going to have all the things I used linked for you below, but if you have a question, let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!